Hi student, we are discussing regarding of the parallel projections in 3D transformations. In 3D projections, we classified into two types of projections, parallel projections as well as perspective projections. I am discussing parallel projections in this lecture. This is a lecture continuation of my last class. In my last class, I stopped explanation of the orthographic projections. In my last class, I discussed regarding of orthographic projections. Orthographic projections two types: multi-view and axonometric. Axonometric and multi-view. We discussed regarding of these two types of projections and their differences and why we call multi-view, and again axonometric. Again in axonometric three types: isometric and diametric, and last one is tiometric. We have seen the differences between isometric, diametric and triometric. So in my last lecture, I touched the concept of oblique projections. In oblique projections, again two types. The first one is the Calvier and second one is the cabinet. And again there is a difference between the Calvier and cabinet. That's why we classified into two types. So I will give the more explanation regarding of these two types of projections. As for the examination point of view, in the syllabus according to SPT, it mentioned discussing of oblique projections and orthographic projections. In orthographic projections, they mentioned multi-view as well as axonometric. So as for the examination point of view, to studying about projections, parallel projections as well as perspective projections, very important. I hope that you are touching with the subject. You are also taking as a serious to preparing of your forthcoming examinations. Now we will go for our topic. Look at here. This is the figures of oblique projections. So oblique projections, not perpendicular to the view plane. These oblique projections are not perpendicular to the view plane. So look at here, I will explain. This is our main point, viewport. This is our main point. Okay. Look at here. Here, actually, what is the perpendicular? This is our plane. Okay. This is our plane. Actually, where the figure would be drawn. The projection is nothing but drawing of everything on that plane. That are projections. Now, what is telling here? Oblique. Here, the lines are not perpendicular. Lines are not perpendicular. Not perpendicular. If you draw the lines like that on the screen, that is called perpendicular. These lines are not perpendicular, but these lines are inclined. What lines are inclined? Like you look at here. This is just incline. Some inclination is there. For example, what is inclination? Inclination's lines are going like this. Okay, like this, like this. Slant. Oblique. The meaning of oblique is slant. The meaning of oblique means slant or incline. So this is called incline. This is called perpendicular and this is called incline. So these lines are inclined. So that's why this projection is called as oblique projections. Here Calvian and cabinet. Again, difference is there in Calvian projections and cabinet projections. We will see what is the difference. So I hope that you understand what is the difference between the orthographic projections and oblique. Simple. In orthographic projections, the lines are perpendicular towards the axis, but here the lines are oblique or slight or inclination towards the axis. So these are the differences. So now listen, we will look at the Calvian and cabinet projections. Look at in this graph. Is the cavalier. This is the cavalier. And this is the cabinet. Cavalier is one type of oblique projection, and cabinet also second type of oblique projection. In the cavalier and cabinet, both are inclined towards the plane, on plane, but the cavalier, the lines making angle 45 degree. Look at here, 45 degree. In cavalier, what is the angle of the axis that you are making by lines? 45 degree. 45 degree. Theta equal 45. If you take the cabinet, the lines are making angle here 63.4. 63.4. 63.4. Cavalier 45 degrees and cabinet 63.4. So this is the difference. And one more difference is here length of the object, size of the object not shortened. In cavalier projections, the size of the object, lines are inclination, okay, but the size of the object not shortened. But the same object drawing here, where here one object is the same, it's same object. This one and this one are same representations, but the figure that drawn here, the figure that drawn in this cabinet looks different, but same figure. The lines drawing length is the different. Length of the lines is the different. Here lines are but same object. Here surface is the same. Look at here. The front view is the same. When you look at the top view, it is very large. Here not that much large. A simple thing. If you want to say about the cavalier lines are inclination on screen and it making the 45 degrees angle, and it is not shortened. It's not the shortened. Size is not shortened. But a cabinet, lines are inclined to the plane, and the angle making here 63.4 degrees, and it is a shortened. We will see. Look at the diagram once again. I will go into the theory part. Once again, look at the object. Same object, but one is the cavalier projection. cavalier projections, and second one is the cabinet projection. Object is the same, but length of the lines are different. Length of the lines are this length. Same objects, same surface. Here is the short, here is the lengthy. Here is the short, here is the lengthy. In cavalier, the angle is 45 degrees here, 63.4 here, 63.4 here. So in cavalier, it's not short in the size, but in cabinet, it's short in the size. And here is the 63.4 degrees, here is the 45 degrees. The lines are inclination. So all the inclination lines here also both are inclination, not perpendicular. Lines are inclination, but here 45 degrees, here is the 63 degrees. It is a not short end size, it is a short end or short end size. So look at some series part. I will read for you. In oblique projections, the direction of projection is not normal to the projections of plane. The oblique projections, we can view the object better than orthographic projection. There are two types of oblique projections, cavalier and cabinet. The cavalier projections make 45 degree angle, already explained. It's a cavalier. It's make 45 degree angle with the projections plane. The projection of a line perpendicular to the view plane has the same length as the line itself in cavalier projection. In a cavalier projection, the four shortening factors for all three principal directions are equal. The cabinet projection makes 63.4 angle with the projections plane. The cabinet projections line perpendicular to the viewing surface are projected at 1/2 their actual length. Both the projections are shown in the figure. It is the 45 degrees, it is the 63 degrees. So these are the equal here, but it is not shortening, but it is a straightening. It is made in the 63.4 degrees. The lines are inclination. This is about the oblique projections. Now, in oblique projections, for further more clarification, again we come back to the figures, cavalier and cabinet. The actual size is not changing, but this size is the half of the actual size. And cabinet, the size is the half of the size of the actual. Here is the change, not change the actual size. But lines are inclination, size is not changing, but it is half of the change, half of the actual change, half of the actual size of the object. So cabinet, so cavalier, both are the oblique projections. So now you understand what is a cavalier and what is a cabinet. Both are the projections of the oblique. I already told what is the oblique. Oblique nothing but slant or inclination. I want to wind up this topic again to explaining of the what I covered in previous classes, and briefly then I will conclude this one. So in this lesson, especially this unit, we discussed 3D transformations first, and transformation techniques, types of techniques, especially we have seen. As per the syllabus, it is given only 3, that is the rotation, scaling and translation. And more than that we have seen here also, we cover that one also. So for the understanding of the subject we can cover, and as per the syllabus, scaling, translation and rotation of the objects are important. that we have covered in our previous lectures. And one more thing, what I covered, projections, types of projections. We have seen types of projections are two. First one is parallel projection, second one is the perspective projection. Again, parallel projections, oblique and orthographic. Again, oblique two types that we have seen just now, and orthographic projections also two types. One is a multi-view and the second one is the axonometric. In axonometric, again three. What is isometric, biometric and triometric. Again three types that we have seen, and differences between the IO and triometrics, the angle difference. And projections, perspective projections, single point, double point and triple point, that we have seen in perspective projections. I already explained what is the definition of the perspective projection. The difference between the parallel projections and perspective projections. So parallel projection are never going to meet lines at some point. The lines are never going to meet at some point or any center point. The lines are going as it is, the distance is infinite. But in perspective projections, the lines go and meet at one point, that we call the converging of the lines. That is the perspective projections. These are the parallel projections. And perspective projections, we discussed regarding of vanishing point. What is the vanishing point? And we also discussed about the hidden surface removal or visible surface detection, backspace remove. These things that we have seen in perspective projections. When we come to the parallel projections, already I covered, but in detailed manner, I want to explain about orthographic projections and oblique projections, and again Cavalier and cabinet, and multi-view and axonometric, because these are important for your examination point of view. That's why again I touch this topic to explain in a clear manner, to showing up the object, their differences, their properties, the changes of the object while drawing the picture on the 2D plane. So one shows all things and differences through these objects. So I hope that you understand this topic. Once again, in this last topic, I am emphasizing on oblique projections. First one is the Cavalier and second one is the cabinet. And what is the difference? Both are inclination towards the plane. They are not perpendicular, but these are the lines or inclination. These lines are inclination. But in a Cavalier, they are making 45 degrees angle. The size is not changing. The actual size is not changing. The size is not far shortened. But in a cabinet, not like that. The lines or inclination or slant or oblique, but it's making the angle 63.4 and the size change of the actual size. That's why here object is the same, but drawing of the image is different. These are the differences in projections. I hope that I covered all the topics as per the SBT. And if you have any doubt regarding of this topic, you can directly call me or you can text me in WhatsApp. Thank you so much.